the bottom of your foot is doing? Do you feel any pain in these areas?
I'd probably say a little bit of heaviness.
Heaviness, okay.
Yeah, I guess it's like they feel kind of heavy, so the hard skin feels... Yeah, you can definitely feel pressure points.
Mm-hmm.
So probably more on the toe.
On the toe here?
Yeah,
okay.
towards the side.
Yeah.
And then, and towards that side and on the edge.
Right over there too. Yeah, because you definitely have a heavy buildup of callus in that area. So what happens is that heaviness comes from the skin itself not having the flexibility in these areas. It feels rigid. So then you'll get those sort of tightness, heaviness that you feel there because of that. Yeah. So once we clear that away, you'll be able to feel a lot more of the flexibility again, and it'll be interesting to see how you feel after that. Is that okay?
Yeah,
so just to start off with, we're going to start off with the antibacterial first.
Yeah.
No anesthetics is used whatsoever, and I'm going to be using a scalpel technique to remove. Have you ever had something like that before?
I haven't, no.
Okay, so I'll show you how it feels. If it's uncomfortable at any point, tell me and I can change it up for you. Alright, so slightly cold to start off with. Is that okay?
It's lovely.
Good. Right. And how's your day been so far?
It's been wonderful.
So I'm just going to show you here.
Yep.
How did that feel?
I didn't feel anything.
Amazing. Right, so there we go. And I promise to show you your homemade parmesan right at the end. So it's coming off really nicely there. Good.
It's quite therapeutic actually, isn't it?
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I have to say it's quite satisfying for me too. Because just watching it all come off really quite easily.
It's funny how some people probably just don't like having their feet touched and things like that, isn't it? But it's actually quite...
I think maybe it's more of an
relaxing
idea in their head. You know, it's kind of like one of those things that the taboo that no one wants to talk about feet. Nobody likes the idea of having their feet touched because it's almost hidden all the time. So it's not until you actually go and have a treatment or experience it firsthand for whichever reason that you're like, this is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Did you think it was gonna be like this, or were you kind of more nervous about the experience?
I think I think I thought it'd be more like quite clinical.
Okay.
You know? So it's kind of nice that it's in a nice relaxing space, and it actually is a mix of like professional with the scalpel, but also kind of quite therapeutic and like aesthetically pleasing as well.
And that can make all the difference. Just making sure you feel comfortable in the space can change how the treatment feels. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
So far? So this part has come off really nicely. You don't have too much on this side. You have more so kind of on the other areas.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show you how this feels after I remove this section. And you can let me know if that heaviness is still kind of in that section. Yeah. There we go. So now if I touch, how does that feel now?
Oh, really nice. Yeah. Just really flexible, like you said. Less rigid.
More movement.
Yep.
And what are you doing after this, my dear?
I've got another appointment. I've got a hygiene appointment to go to for the dentist.
Oh, so today's like an MOT day?
Yeah, it's an MOT day, yeah. Teeth and feet.
Two complete opposite ends. And how do you feel about the dentist?
Do you know, I think I've had that much work done because I had braces for years as a dentist, so I actually find dentists quite therapeutic as well.
Yeah, okay.
I actually quite like it. I think some of the cleaning is... Yeah, I think I prefer seeing the dentist more than the hygienist, though. I think that can be quite... it's quite scrapey sometimes, whereas the dentist is a bit nicer.
I think a lot of people are going to agree with you on this one. I, too, prefer seeing the dentist rather than the hygienist. There's all that... I just find the scrapiness really quite uncomfortable.
Oh, it's awful. And it's the kind of noise, isn't it? It's like the machine that they use, like they're scraping. You know, like that scraping down a blackboard.
Oh, man. Do you know what this reminds me of when you say that? I know this probably wasn't even in the movie, but somehow I always associate it to it. Is Matilda. Have you watched it? And Miss Trenchbull. And you could just imagine her going to the chalkboard and just scratching her nails. I'm not even sure if that's even in the movie, but that's exactly what it reminds me of.
Yeah, no, that's a good film as well, isn't it? But yeah, that noise. I think that's the only problem if they had the tools that didn't have that noise to it. I think it probably would be a better experience. But the tools are really screechy.
Screechy. See, I wonder if it's the tool or if it's actually the sound it makes from the tooth once it touches it. Because unfortunately, you might be able to silence the machine, but can you silence the crunchy noises?
No, that's quite true actually. Would it be worse? Maybe the noise is loud to kind of mask the crunchy noises.
Absolutely. How's that feeling so far? Is that okay?
Yeah, really good.
I'm just going to hold your foot in this sort of position. Is that still okay for you?
Yeah.
That's nice. So you're going to have your dentist, and then are you going to treat yourself to something nice, I hope?
Maybe like a nice cake or something.
Now we're talking. And what type of cake will you go for?
Like a carrot cake.
See, a good carrot cake is very delicious.
Yeah. I think they should sell cakes here, really, shouldn't they?
I wish. If I had cakes here, I would be a complete different size right now.
Have you got a busy day after this?
I do, actually.
Really?
It's going to be a nice one, seeing lots of different patients, different pathologies. Always good fun. But thank you for being part of our YouTube team today.
You're very welcome.
There we go.
Do you find that lots of people have the same problems? You know, is it quite...
So a lot of people, it's interesting because how I see the same problems will be very different to how someone who's not in the field will see the same problem.
Yeah.
So I could see a lot of callus in a day, but it'll be in different areas, different quantities, and different skin texture. So it's different, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
However, the pathology is the same. So do I see the same? I guess yes, but no at the same time.
Yeah.
So like, for example, we've had someone today who had very, very long nails, extremely long, curling up and very thick. And at the same time, they had a lot of callus forming on the sides of their toenails.
Yeah.
And then we had another person who had also had callus forming on the sides of the toenails, but however, the nail itself wasn't as thick or large, so it was very easy to manage. But textbook-wise, it would be the same pathology, but very different. Both very different ages, both very different in terms of lifestyle needs and what they do. So it's really quite fascinating. I don't know if you've had a chance to see much podiatry work, or have you been exposed to anything?
No.
Have you been able to watch anything on our channel?
Yeah, no, I've watched some things on the channel. So, it was really interesting seeing the corn being removed. I thought that was quite interesting.
What's your favourite?
I think that was one of my favourites actually, because it just looked, because it was quite scary, like thinking about, could you remove it like with the scalpel and things, and then when you did, the results of it were amazing, and then popping the little thing over, so it was just quite interesting how something could just be treated. Yeah.
Have you ever had a corn before?
No.
That's a good sign. That was a test question.
So I just seem to get calluses on my feet and just kind of redness from pressure. So
and what type of shoes do you normally wear?
I wear a lot of flat shoes now. Before I probably used to wear a lot of heels, so when I was in my 20s I'd quite happily squash my feet into any pointy shoe, but I think you kind of start to value your feet a little bit more as you get into your 30s. So I guess I've got them heels on right now, but I've got my trainers in my bag, so normally I will put my running trainers on.
When you're commuting?
Yeah, when I'm commuting, so I'm walking in trainers a lot of the time. And then I wear a lot of Clark shoes, so I tend not to have flat shoes because I think I've got quite flat feet. So I try and wear something with a slight bit of heel in, but mainly quite small.
Okay.
And then
so when you say small, would that be like an inch or 2 inches, or?
Oh, like an inch.
An inch. Okay. Yeah.
And normally try and make it like a wedgie type thing.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah. That's pretty good because it helps distribute the pressure if you're going to be wearing a heel. And do you have an ankle support that goes on that, or a midfoot support?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah. Okay. Not all the time.
So the secret to a very comfortable heel is actually ankle support.
So having a strap around the ankle?
Absolutely. A strap, a lace, a zip, anything that gives your ankle a really good support helps the rest of the foot distribute its pressure a lot easily, and it makes it more comfortable. So if you think about kind of your favourite heels,
any
of them got a nice good ankle support with it?
Yeah, actually most of them do. I actually don't wear, I actually like shoes or sandals with straps.
See, there we go. You didn't even know you were doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like anything that's kind of not got anything. I kind of like that support. Can kind of go, it feels like the shoe's on.
Absolutely. I think you nailed it. You know exactly what your foot likes, which is good. Now, how's that feeling when I compress over these areas now compared to before?
Yeah,
Is that a lot better?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a little device now, and you may have seen this in one of the videos before, but what it's going to do is just going to remove the superficial layers of skin that's too thin for the scalpel to remove, and it might tickle ever so slightly, and it does make a bit of a noise, similar to the dentist, unfortunately, but you won't hear any grinding or anything like that. And if it's uncomfortable, again, tell me, because I could always change it up.
Okay.
Is that okay? There we go. Now, excuse me what, because what I'm going to have to do is pop a mask on too.
Yep.
It's always important. Yeah, that wasn't too bad overall, was it, when the callus was coming off?
No, it's absolutely painless.
Great, now I get to tickle you, which is even more fun. Are we ready, my dear?
I am.
Let's do this. How's that feeling?
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm going to just spray it again, slightly cold again.
Yep.
Now I'm going to compress all over one more time to see how that feels.
Yeah, it feels so much lighter.
So much lighter.
It's crazy how that makes such a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There we go. That's all cleared for you.
Yeah.